Hello and welcome. Today is the 26th of June, 2017. My name is Derek. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin charts and a couple of the main alternate ones. However, for more of this information, at least as far as what I'm buying, buy orders that I've been making, I have been putting a lot up on the Steemit webpage. A buy order for NMR, Cloak, PKB. Earlier today I bought SC, Litecoin, and Burst, and they both bursted really well as I was able to buy them both pretty much near the bottom. I bought Litecoin at 525. I got Burst at 601, and they have both went up well from there. I've been able to sell some of them, and it's been my day trading play of the evening. A buy order rather on UBQ, OK, Doji, EBST, RDD, Redcoin, Bay, PPC, XVC. I bought Edgeless this morning, and then the videos that I did. And some of these payouts are pretty interesting. $4 on this earlier Bitcoin video that I did this morning, $2 in here, and a lot of these individual ones getting decent ones, but this Cloak, 1433, it seems as if some people have super high power, I think. I don't know how this works. I'm a day and a half into the Steemit site, and I have been enjoying every moment of it so far. So now let's move on to the charts and take a look first at the daily time for Bitcoin. And in here, we still got these patterns of these higher lows. A lot of times when you have some of these moves where it goes down big, it rebounds fast. And you see it with these lines in here. Even in situations like here, you have the move down and, well, it rallies up fast in here, fast rally, so on and so forth. And that will happen at the bottom. If there's going to be further decline, then after its decline is over, then by all means, you're probably going to see when it bottoms, it's going to have a sharp move as it regains its bullish pattern at the later time frame. But overall, clear sideways motion. It is starting to decline this 18 average band. Let's shorten the time frame out to the 4-hour. And within such, we can see since the market top, it established this first support level in around 25. It then rallied up to the 18 average, and as it was leaving that band, I missed it, but this was definitely the situation you look at. Okay, maybe it's going lower. Sure enough, huge move. Indications were there definitely north of 2580 even. Around 26 indications were there, and it fell down to 21. And it was able to have a decent rally from that point, but is now starting to falter. If we take a look at some mathematics and some Fibonacci levels, I'm going to take a look at the high at 29.75 and the low in at around 21.20 and see what I can come up with. Key numbers around 26, a little over, and a little over 24. And that's where we stand right now, is a little over 24. So within such, when I take a look at this further, the 26-ish or so handle, and where it stands now. So this helps me understand even more, because after it supported this level in here, has managed to, after testing this quite frequently, have this sell-off, quick sharp rally back to where it came from in support. Well, then this tells me that it's either going to be ready to set up its eventual test of the previous low of 21, or it's going to create the classic failed breakdown move, which oftentimes leads to a fast move. So if this has a decent rally and you start to notice that it's playing around the 25, don't be surprised if this thing has even further momentum. However, with that being stated, as we can see, like normal, when you have a bear market situation where you've fallen from the declining band, follow the band, you go to it, you leave it new low. There's that new low, back to the band, you leave, new low. It's pretty much at that stage now. So leaving it would be, okay, is it going to be ready for a new low, which could either be here, here, anywhere, who knows. But a likely target would be the matching one. Let's shorten this time frame out even further. Looking at the 30-minute time frame now, this is a situation where it's attempting to revert the trend. And in such, well, there's a spot where it broke resistance. This is what you're looking for. Failed breakout, fast move to the downside is how that resulted in. Every other situation hasn't worked so far. Got up there, not quite matching low, hasn't really broke the trend, but still weak. Okay, rallies in here, another matching low. And broke it here, so this level of support maybe still resisting the area. However, this would set up more towards why this would be a failed breakdown if, of course, price action can at least consolidate like it did within this previous range at lowest, as well, of course, rallying further. But in a situation like we've seen in here, if it's unable to hold the rally from this low, and then the 18 average does like this, just does yada, 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 and then finally breaks down, that's when, as we look in the 4-hour chart for the break of its support line, you'd probably want to see price action in around this area, at least on the Bitstamp exchange, around the 2340-ish or so area, 2345. I would definitely want to be looking to get into a bear camp at that stage. And let's move on to the Ethereum in US dollars. And it's been more red down days. And when you look at these in logarithmic fashion, it really changes the dynamic, because this is what it is. And we can see in here, not only is it just correcting a little, but it is just that, a little, where heck, in here, this is normal correctionary spots if it chooses to do so. As far as where it went to, that's a little spot for where it was in this area here. There could still be further correction within this 200 area, and if it gives in, then the 100 mark would be the place. I don't think that's going to be the case within such, and I think, like I want to mention, is people are talking big about how these are all falling, and you're starting to notice the fear, which could end up waving more selling into play, as the way these markets work, when they go down, everyone gets scared and panic, and you get a whole bunch of selling, people saying everything's over. And then on the way up, everyone's got the hysteria, everyone's so excited, and then you get people, oh man, I'm so scared to sell because it's going to keep going up, and yet markets go up, markets go down. So right now it's going down. That happens after the up stage. And then it's going to go up after it stopped going down. That's really the basics to it. So that's why myself, when markets go down, I welcome buying opportunities, and when markets go up, I welcome selling opportunities. This is the same chart in a linear fashion. So within this, it looks like, oh man, that's a pretty decent correction. No, it's pretty okay. So in a situation here, if it's down to 125, that's going to be like, oh my God, that's just crashed. And as I just showed before, 100's like, okay, whatever, it's normal. Let's move on to the ETC. And within its daily chart, it continues to consolidate within this sideways movement. And with all these cryptocurrencies, why are people buying in them in the first place? And it's because of their fiat currency for a lot of them. Which fiat currency? Their fiat currency, because every world's, they work the same. And this exodus out into such as that of Bitcoins and all these other ones, I think will still continue. There's going to be choppy up and down moves. That's been explained, and well, the web bots explain that, but you know what? That's the way these markets are going to move. like, oh, it goes down 70% and it's a small correction with some of these funds. That's how it works. Oh, it just went up 475%, and then the next week it goes up another 850%. That's how some of these things are moving right now. Let's move on to the next one. And that will be Litecoin. It'll also be the final one. And it's already came back to where it was, at least in dollar value it has, which is this previous resistance. And or in around the area of around the 34 handle. Right now in at about 38. So it's had this small up move, breaking this to the next floor of the elevator. I see this is like one floor. So there's the next floor. It's staying within its floor. It didn't decide to fall back. And okay, it's going to do whatever on floor number, you name whatever it. And when it's ready to go to the next floor, that's when you get these large moves. That's just another way of stating that when it breaks what has now been a very established resistance level field from the last breakout point. Also, you're in a situation where you see how you had this congestionary period. Whenever you break a level, nothing big, but a normal standard move, and have a good consolidation like this, and you just fall back, that's your standard that you make your little square move, failed breakout. That's something to look for, but I wouldn't be too cautious about that unless it was in the lower part of this range, closer to the 24 number. So that will conclude this evening's videos, and thank you for following on Steemit, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.